Hey, I'm Marco Keach, and today I'm here with Stephanie St. Denis, and she is another long-term member at Iron Core, and I want to talk to her about what it's been that's kept her there not just for months, but years, which, as you know, a lot of fitness routines, programs, people don't stay that long, so she's got her whole story to explain, plus the results that she's seen. So, Stephanie, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with me.
Thank you very much.
So, let's go back to the beginning. Time we're recording, you've been there, in my notes, since 2018, so many, many years. Let's go back before then. I want to know what led you to join. I want to know some of the challenges or struggles or what was going on in your life that said, okay, now's the time maybe I could do something about this and maybe join a fitness program.
So, I had two kids before I started joining this program. I gained some weight from, having children and going to school and then becoming a nurse, like a new nurse, and just not really taking care of myself. And after I had my third child, I decided to put my health back on track, and I started working out and eating healthy. I just wanted to feel better. I had a lot of kids to take care of now, and and I wanted to be able to just get up and go to work and just feel good about myself.
Yeah, that's a lot going on. 3 kids running around, and then you said you were a nurse, so you're working crazy hours. Right, there was the weight gain. Did you track throughout the kids, like kind of how much you had ended up gaining over that time? That was, was it getting frustrating as well too?
Yeah, I mean, it was. I was always a little heavier than I am now, even like growing up and in my, in my 20s, I was never this weight. I was always a little heavier, but when, you get to a certain point and you're like, oh, I've never weighed even close to this before, it gets a little discouraging because you think you're in your head, you're like, well, I'm not eating that much. And, I walk, or I walk a lot at work. So you think that like you're burning these calories, but really that's not how it works. So, it was getting frustrating.
So then what was the next step? How did you end up at Iron Core? What was kind of the catalyst for you to end up there?
My neighbor was going to Iron Core, as she started there about 6 or 8 months before, I had my daughter. So we were talking and I told her, I said, once I have this kid, I'm going to start working out and I'm going to start eating better and I'm going to lose all the weight. And so once I had her, I didn't even really think about it. And she was like, well, are you going to come to the gym with me? And I was like, oh, I don't think so. And I was kind of scared. And she was like, no, just come try it out. We got, at the time, I think I got a week for free or something. So I went and tried it out and I ended up really, really liking it. And I stuck with it for 6 years. I always know because however old my daughter is, that's how long I've been there.
So when you decided to walk in, have you had any experience with gyms or other programs in the past?
I had a Good Life membership that I went to here and there, more just like that circuit training where you use all the different weight machines. You're in there for a bit, you do that, you go on the treadmill for 15 minutes, you go home. I also did a boot camp that you signed up for through like the Windsor website or something. So just something small, you sign up for a couple months and then it's over and then you don't ever sign up again. It's always just like, this day a week. So if you have something going on, then you'll miss your class. So that kind of schedule didn't really work for me. So this was good to have something where I had, multiple days and times where I could go and work out.
So what was it when you walked in? Kind of, can you share what, I guess, the vibe was, or like the atmosphere? What was that like when you went in and, decided to become a part of this?
Well, it was really welcoming because a lot of times the places that you try, like I had also tried a couple places through Groupon before a long time ago, and it seemed like very much like, I don't even know how to explain it, but Iron Core was very, very welcoming. Everyone was like, hey, how are you? Welcome. And they all wanted to get to know you and they were all there to help you out. And it was a nice atmosphere.
Tell me about, I guess, the clientele, because sometimes people walk into these new and they're not sure what they're walking into, and they could be thinking, it's a bunch of meatheads or muscleheads or like a bunch of 20-somethings running around.
I didn't want to use that word before. I didn't want to use it, but that's how I felt in other gyms, was like just a bunch of meatheads, and like that's not how it is here. It was very like people would like talk to you, and it was more about being healthy and not about being super strong. And not that not being super strong isn't bad, but it was more about, correct form and just doing the workout, not about who can lift the heaviest weights and everything like that. So it was good. The trainers were very helpful on how to do certain moves that you didn't know how to do. And even still now, if we're learning something new, they're very good at trying to teach you the correct way how to do it. Like every once in a while, still, I'll have them be like, nope, you have to do it like this. Or so, and even though I've been there for 6 years, it could have even been a move that I've done for a while. They're always there to, help you and teach you the correct way to do things.
Does that help with the intimidation factor? Is like going in because if there's a bunch of
Yeah.
meatheads, right? You're probably feeling a little intimidated. Did that help? That this being that warm atmosphere?
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does help. And your first little bit, the trainers do focus a lot on you, helping you get the correct form, where I don't feel like I got that from any of the other class type gyms that I went to. They kind of just give you instruction. And I always felt like, oh, they expect me to know how to do this, but I didn't know. And you don't want to ask if they're not going to help. So you just would do it wrong. So it was really nice to have someone actually take the time to teach you how to do certain things correctly.
Now, what about people? Some people will come in and they'll be like, well, I got to get in shape before I even get to the gym, which is kind of an interesting way to be that. But with the people that come in there, are people in shape? Are they out of shape? Is it all different sizes? What do you notice with the people there?
All different, all different, all different. You see people at the very, very beginner level coming in, really starting out, really needing a lot of direction. And then you see some people that, it looks like they probably have been to the gym and they do know some moves. And it does look like they get it a lot easier. So you're thinking maybe they had been to the gym or taken classes before. But yeah, you see a bunch of different fitness levels at this gym.
What about if someone has, let's say they're out walking or doing something outside of the gym and they injure themselves, or they have a knee problem coming in? Are they able to do the training? Are they able to do work there with modifications that are presented?
Yeah. So if you tell Rob or one of the trainers about a certain injury that you have, they'll take note of it. They'll keep it in the back of their head so that when we're doing a move, they'll know that that move will aggravate your injury. So they'll think of something else for you to do instead.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So they're actively listening, right? They're paying attention.
Yeah.
It's not just like they're forgetting about you and that thing. It's not starting over each time with like something that they had never heard of before.
No, like you'll hear them, like even though the person doesn't have to say, I hurt this, remember I hurt this, we'll be doing a workout. They'll be like, oh, okay, next round swings, like, but for you, you're doing this. And you know that they already have that in the back of their mind. And, or before the class starts, they'll say, oh, how's your wrist feeling today? Or how's your back feeling today? Like they always are looking to see if they're able to do the moves or if they still have to do modifications.
But what about the length of time for the classes? Because some places are hours, 90 minutes. Tell me about the length of time and is that a benefit for you?
Oh, 30 minutes is perfect for my family and my schedule. I can kind of fit it in before I go home at night. I'll go there and then pick up dinner and go home. So it's perfect. The kids don't even know I'm gone really.
Let's switch gears then. So you've got this program that you've been at. You've got this atmosphere, friendly atmosphere. They're helping you. You've been there for a long time. But obviously, a big part of it is, right, you want to get some results. Like people don't just go there for no reason, right? They want some results. So what have you noticed? And let's start, I guess, specifically, like I guess on the weight loss side of things. Have you noticed any weight loss there?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot. So initially I lost 60 pounds when I first started. And then and that was really, really tracking my food, like weighing everything. So I lost about 60 pounds and then I gained maybe about 10 back. But like now I stay the same weight for 5 years and I don't have to track anything anymore. I really don't. I just live my life. I don't have to really watch what I eat. Like I think I consciously do, I'm always kind of thinking about it, but I don't track my food. I don't, weigh my food. I just kind of eat what I eat, and I pretty stay the same weight now for the past 5 years.
Wow. How's that feel? Knowing that you can live like a normal person and you've seen those results last for this long.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to be able to do that. I think I never thought I'd be able to actually like be a healthy weight without actually have to count everything and weigh everything and measure and just I don't know, just be like live a normal life.
Were you tracking any clothing sizes? Because you lost all that weight, and there had to have been some inches lost or clothing sizes that you were
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean,
keeping a
I
mental
did
note
do,
on.
yeah, I mean, I was taking measurements and weight loss at the beginning. So, I mean, I had lost quite a few inches. I mean, just from my waist, I think I lost 7 inches just from my waist. And like, so, and then probably another like 7 from my hips and um,
Mm.
maybe like 5 or 6 from my abdomen. So, I mean, I did, my clothing size went from like a size 16 to maybe a size 6, I think. So I was constantly like, in the middle, I had bought a whole new wardrobe. I think I had gotten down to maybe 160. So I thought like, okay, this is it. I'm good. And so I bought a bunch of new clothes and then I went down to like 135. So I had to like buy all new clothes 3 months later.
Along with the weight loss, obviously there's some other things that probably have come with that. So what else did you notice during this time?
I would say just like my overall mood changed. You just feel better about yourself. You look to do things like, I'll be upset if I don't get a walk in every day. Like I like to go for my walks. You have more energy to hang out with the kids. You feel like you get more out of life when you feel better about yourself.
How about at work, right? Because we talked about nursing being a little bit crazy at times with the hours and what you have to
Yeah.
do. Uh, has it helped you there in that, would you say?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I go to work now and I don't feel sluggish. I don't feel tired. I get up, I go, I feel good being there. I, I have energy to go all day, really. Um, Come home, do things around the house. I just feel so much better and I'm so much older now too. It's been 6 years. Like I feel so much younger now than I did when I was, 30 even.
Yep. No, I am curious about this, right? Because of going back to work, going back to the nursing thing. I'm guessing sometimes you come across some patients that maybe aren't the easiest to handle in situations, right? It's stressful moments based on depending on what type of nursing you do. But have you found that having, Iron Core and this being a part of your life, has you found that maybe has it been easier to manage some of those like tougher patients or more stressful moments within work or even at home?
Yeah, I mean, having a good mindset about your life always helps with stressful situations. I feel like when you do exercise, it kind of just puts that positive vibe out there, and like you feel better. So you can handle stressful situations more easier when you just doing stuff that's healthy for you.
What about strength levels?
I am a lot stronger. They always make a big deal about it. But yeah, I mean, I've definitely lifted a lot heavier weights than I ever would have thought I could have. But every once in a while, I try and push myself. And even today, I did a heavier weight for a move than I have ever done before. And I don't know. I always like to see if I can do it. If I can't, I always go back down to my other weight. But I always like to try to push myself to, um, be stronger, which isn't something I actually thought when I first started. It was all just about losing weight. When I first started, I was like, okay, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. Now it's all about, okay, how much weight can I lift? How much, how much heavier can I go with this move? So I've kind of shifted from when I first started to it all being about losing weight to it being about how strong can I be.
And has it shifted your ideas and theory and thoughts about health overall, not just in the strength side in terms of how you approach your life and I guess the outlook towards your own personal health?
Yeah, I definitely just feel like, just trying to do the best you can without having to manage everything so perfectly. Like just eat healthy instead of counting and measuring everything. Just try and eat healthy foods and just exercise and try and do better every time that you exercise rather than focusing so much on looking better, losing weight.
So there's been a lifestyle shift then in terms of
Mm-hmm.
your outlook on everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you go as far as to say that it's actually been life changing?
Yes, it's definitely been a life-changing experience for me. It's something that I look forward to. If I'm so busy one week that for some reason I couldn't make it to the gym, my for all of my classes, I get kind of bummed out. Like, oh, I couldn't make it this week to all of the classes. Like, I had to figure out another way to get like my exercise in. Like, I always want to make sure that I am exercising. I don't want that to fall off on the wayside. I want to make sure I'm always staying healthy.
Okay, so you've gone through this process. Your first goal, right important thing early on was losing the weight. You did that, you've kept it off, but now your life has changed, your lifestyles have changed. All these kind of things have really shifted and moving forward. It seems just like without putting words in your mouth, it seems like there's just like a positive outlook going forward with the future for yourself with everything you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. If I stick with it, which I'm sure I will, it's definitely a positive outlook moving forward for the rest of my life. I can't see myself changing it. Yeah.
So is there anything else on there, I guess, on the benefits or results side, or even about the place that I didn't ask you about that's important for people to know?
I feel like Rob really works with you. Like I remember when I first went and my biggest thing at the time was daycare. Like a lot of the gyms had daycare. And so I saw that I saw like there's no daycare there. Obviously it's a little gym, but he was so accommodating. He had this I remember he had this little jolly jumper thing for my daughter. So I'd bring her to all the classes with me and she would jump in there. And even like still, if you needed to bring your kids, like there's a place for them to sit and hang out. So I just feel like he's really welcoming to like everyone's needs. It's just, you feel like he wants you there and he wants you to be successful. So he'll really do anything he needs to do to get you in and get you to be successful.
You mentioned the word that he's welcoming. Are there any like phrases or words that come to the top of your mind that describe, I guess, the type of person that he is besides those?
Well, he's really passionate about his workouts and his gym and his like the whole routine he has going on there. He is very and like enthusiastic about your goals and achievements. He's always telling you when he like notices if you've gone heavier with something or if you're just like really trying, or he always like brings it up. So I just feel like he's just very encouraging. Which is good because it's very discouraging sometimes when you in the beginning when you're trying a new gym routine. So to have someone there pushing you, it's nice.
If I'm picking up on this correctly, there's a sense that ultimately, like, he actually cares about you as a
Mm-hmm.
person and any other members, and you're not just kind of a number that's there at the gym.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he gets to know you. He's just, yeah, you're like family there. You get to know your people. You know, you have your workout time, so you have like your certain like friends that you work out with. It seems like you have like your family there. It's a nice place. It's a nice environment.
Is there anything that stands out about Rob? I guess maybe it could be funny or not. I like to call, I guess, Rob isms. Is there anything that he does or has quirks or anything that's you're like, yeah, that is definitely Rob, or that's definitely something that he says all the time?
He likes it when we complain about certain workouts. He's always like, "Yeah, I hate Rob. Say it again." Like I don't know. He likes to joke around with us.
Yep. So it's not like a drill sergeant, right? There's a personality behind
Yeah, it
this.
definitely is. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And last question, we'll wrap up. Let's say someone's thinking of joining, but they're maybe on the fence. They're a little 50-50. They're not sure. What would you want to tell that person to push them off the fence?
Oh, I would just say that it's something that is just so great. Like, um, it's just you know maybe at first it might seem intimidating, which, any gym can, but it's really something that works, and they'll end up really, really enjoying it in like no time. I mean, it took me no time to enjoy that gym. So I think you just need to get over that hump of you're joining a gym and it can be a little scary. But once you get over that and once you're there for even a few classes, you start to realize that this is something I can do. Start to see that even from your first class to like your fourth class, you're starting to do things that you weren't able to do before. So,
Gotcha. Well, I think it's amazing. I mean, I do a lot of these. I talk to a lot of people, and for someone to last 6 years, it's very rare. And you seem like you're enjoying it, you're having fun, and you've seen incredible results through all of this. And I think that's been amazing. And I just want to wish you the best of luck with everything you're doing moving forward into the future.
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.